Well, hello everybody, and welcome to episode number 558 of the Garden City Community Chat Show. It's Thursday, January 6th, 2021. We are happy you could be with us tonight. We hope you're safe and doing well. I am your host, Carrie, and also joining me tonight, former Garden City Councilman and longtime resident, and also the president of Kiwanis of Garden City, Mr. Mike Jones. Mike, how you doing?
Excellent, Carrie, but I'm getting better, thanks.
That's good. Hey, Tom took the time off tonight and did a recorded segment for us, so we'll have that a little bit later, coming up shortly. So
Right.
we want to thank you all for being here tonight for our first show of 2022.
I got a report from Tom. He was at the Kiwanis lunch today,
Oh, yeah?
and I think Joe Barson asked him what the weather was going to be like, and he said cold.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be out of the deep freeze anytime soon, that's for sure. Hey, can you believe it? In May, Garden City Community Chat will be celebrating 12 years on the internet.
Wow.
The years go by fast, that's for sure. Not to mention 2022. I can't believe it. And guess what? Still no flying cars.
Yeah.
I can remember back in school, man. You
The
would
Jetsons and
2000, yeah, 2000, the year 2000, we'd have flying cars and robots and everything. Jeez. Not even, we're just now getting electric cars perfected.
yeah.
It's crazy. Hey, tonight we have some news you can use as always, and we're also happy to have Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes is back.
I was just thinking that when I looked through the marketplace, it
Yep.
should be about time for Joe to start his tax talk.
Yep, he's did a tax talk segment for us, so we'll have that a little bit later. But first, I want to announce the guests that we have lined up for the next 3 weeks, Mike. Going to be good.
Okay.
So they can, so everybody can get it on their calendar. On next week's show, Garden City Public School Superintendent Derek Fisher is going to be back.
Boy, he's on the hot spot, isn't he?
Yeah,
God,
we'll
it's
get the latest.
tough stuff to deal with.
I know it. We'll get the latest status report on the school's renovations, also his thoughts on the lockdown that occurred a few weeks back, and of course, how the COVID situation is being handled. Yeah, his hands are full, that's for sure.
Plus, I got a new school board member coming in.
Exactly. Yeah, got an open seat there.
Right.
And then on January 20th, finally, after talking about it for so long, our guest is going to be Dennis Newbacher, former
Fantastic
pilot from Channel 7 News, and he's currently the morning traffic reporter at WWJ News Radio 950. He's going to be here. And joining him will be Len Fisher from the Inspired Theater. He'll be on as well. Len was on tonight, but couldn't make it, so I told him we've been promoting Rumors, his
right
coming on, so we're looking forward to talking with him and Dennis. And then finally, on January 27th, our last show of January, Stacy Karafotis will be here.
Oh, fantastic.
Going to let us know how her first couple of weeks on the job went. She'll be sworn in on Monday, the 10th, replacing Councilmember Kelly Kerwin. So should be interesting 3 weeks coming up, eh?
Right.
Yeah. So some really good guests, and jot down those dates and get them on your calendars, and we hope you'll join us. All right, let's get meteorologist Dopper Tom in here with the latest update for us on the weather, and then we'll get Mike to close out the show a little bit later with some announcements for you. So grab your hot chocolate or hot toddy, especially on this cold night.
Yeah.
Boy, it's brutal out there. And
yeah,
join us for the next hour.
Feels like winter.
I know. Remember, if you have any questions or comments and you're watching us live on Facebook, please go ahead and put them in the comment section. I'll get them up on the screen and hopefully get them answered for you. So you can also text your questions to 734-788-9319. We also want to take a minute to say thank you to all of you who listen and support us every Thursday night, not only from our hometown of Garden City, but several of our communities, surrounding communities as well. Really appreciate your support, and we'll continue to promote our community and yours. And please continue to watch, listen, and share. Remember, if your community or organization has any events or announcements that you'd like us to get out there to our listeners, what should they do, Mike?
Well, they could do a number of things, but probably the best would be to email us.
Exactly. Email us the details at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/gcchat. And Mike will be more than happy to pass that information along for you.
That's correct.
All right. All right. Let's get Tom in here real quick, and then we'll move on from there. So stand by for Tom. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away.
Happy New Year. And with the new year, we have a new presence. Old Man Winter has moved in, and he's sticking around for quite a while. This has been a cold week, as you all know. A little bit snowy at times as well. So snow, cold, check. Wind chills near zero, also check. I mean, we've all had it all here in Michigan, and there's more to come. As we get into the evening, earlier today, we saw some snow move through. We're going to see a little bit more snow flurries move through. Accumulations will be a dusting or less across the whole area, and temperatures will drop down into the lower teens tonight, and wind chills will be near zero again tonight. So another cold night out there. The clouds will begin to decrease to tonight, and we're going to see another pretty bright day out there. Another sunny day is going to be on shape for tomorrow, with temperatures getting into the lower 20s. So not really warming up with that sunshine. And again, another cold night Friday with temperatures in the low teens, with wind chills near zero. And we're going to see a little bit of a warm up. And yes, I use that term loosely as we get into the weekend. Over the weekend, we'll see temperatures into the mid to upper 30s for high temperatures. So that's going to feel pretty nice compared to what we have been dealing with the last week or so. And it will be overall dry this weekend. A little bit of mixing clouds and sun moving through each and every day. And overall, I believe that the majority of the weekend will be dry. And then as we get into next week, we're going to see temperatures again fairly cold as we start another new week. As we get into next week, starting on Monday, we'll see temperatures into the teens for highs. And then on Monday night, we'll see single digits for overnight lows, with wind chills probably below zero on that night, Monday night. And that will be the coldest night of the week. And then we'll see temperatures kind of increasing a little bit more throughout the week. We'll see temperatures getting into the 20s on Tuesday, and then the 30s on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We'll see those temperatures get into the 30s. So early part of the next week will be fairly cold, but we're going to see a little bit of a warm up, with temperatures getting just a little bit above freezing each day as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Each of those days will be dry all of next week. I don't really see any big weather impacts. Clouds and sun throughout the week. Overnight lows, besides Monday night being in the single digits, will moderate a little bit more as well. We'll see temperatures in the teens to 20s, so the overnight lows won't be as cold as they have been. And the wind has been a big part of the story over the last few days as well, bringing those wind chills down with that cold wind. So yeah, Old Man Winter has been really moving in, and it doesn't look like he's going to be moving out anytime soon. Throughout the rest of the month, I'm really looking at January being a cold and overall more of a dry pattern. I don't really see any more, at least at this time, any significant winter storms moving through the Great Lakes at this time. So just keep that coat handy and that electric blanket handy, because the cold weather is here to stay. Expanding outward and quickly talking about some other weather. It's been fairly busy across the U.S. weather-wise. We have a new winter storm moving through the eastern portion of the U.S. The good news is with that one, it went south of us, so it's not really affecting us, but the Tennessee Valley into the Atlantic and the Northeast, it will be affecting tonight and into the next few days with more accumulating snow. The Northeast has been dealing with a lot of winter recently, and this is just another blow for them as they get into the next few days. And across the west has been fairly busy as well, especially the Pacific Northwest, with a lot of rain and significant mountain snow continuing as well out there. And the upper Midwest, and right in the middle, especially the northern tier, has been dealing with very dangerously cold wind chills. I mean, yes, we're dealing with some cold temperatures here, but they're dealing with much extreme nature of the cold, with wind chills near -50 at times. That's way to North Dakota. And they're going to be seeing those temperatures continue over the next few days out there as they deal with more shots of cold air, and we're just going to be dealing with a little bit of the pieces of that, and it still will be cold for us, but just not to that extreme level. So that's some good news on that front. But other than that, if you want to keep tuned to all my local weather information, just go to my website, weather.com, and it will keep you updated with the snow moving through, the cold temperatures moving through. Fortunately, the wind chills below zero over the next few nights. So the best advice I could be telling you is just to stay warm and stay inside with your electric blanket. That's my hint of the day.
Yeah, for sure. You can believe that. The 3-dog night tonight, that's for sure. Hey, I want to recognize a few people in there that are watching us tonight. Garden City Fire Chief Kathy Harmon's in there. How you doing, Chief? Also, Patty Fix. Hi, Patty. Garden City Mayor Randy Walker's in there. Kathy Ward, our #1 fan. Hi, Kathy. Sandy Abraham is in there. How are you? William Paul Werhan. Hi, Paul. Good to see you. Hope you're staying warm. And Donna Cazzoni, I believe. Sorry if I mangled your name, Donna. Thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate that. Also, Mike Milkovich is in there. How you doing, Mike? All right. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Wait a minute. Hey, who is this popping into the show? Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Well, look at that. Eric.
Surprise.
Hey, how you doing? Whoops.
Happy New Year.
Good. How are you?
Doing good. It's cold. Very, very cold.
Yeah, Derek Parton from D&D Sports Chat. He is my son, for those of you that don't know, hence the last name. So what do you know?
Oh man, just it's been definitely it's been cold, #1, but #2, it's been hockey weather, and the Red Wings right now they actually just recently returned from their Longstead COVID break. They took a break for the last couple of weeks through the holidays. Picked up a big win against San Jose the other night. Still kind of, what I've seen so far from the Red Wings is the inconsistency is still there. They still got a lot of work to do, especially on the defensive side. Kind of like what we talked about at the beginning of the year, when we did the Red Wings season preview. Guys to watch out for: Dylan Larkin, Lucas Raymond, Tyler Bertuzzi. They're all delivering as far as I'm concerned. And the biggest surprise for the Red Wings this season has got to be Lucas Raymond, Rookie of the Year candidate, and I think he's probably going to take that award for sure, hands down. Mo Sider on the defensive side, he's really, really done very, very well. Nick Leddy's another guy that I've really seen too on the defensive side step up, but we just need a lot of help there as far as depth is concerned. As far as a playoff push, it's not looking too realistically at this point. Still probably a good, let's see, they're about 5-6 points out of the 4th spot, and they're about 9 points out of a playoff spot right now in their division. So the Lightning still reign supreme. The Panthers are doing very good. The Maple Leafs are surprising a lot this year, but they still got to catch the Bruins first to take over that 4th spot. So, but overall though, it's been a very, very productive year. It's been exciting hockey to say the least.
What about other Detroit teams? I wanted to ask you your thoughts for 2020. Overall thoughts were the Tigers and et cetera, et cetera.
Well, we touched on the Tigers, I think, last time I was on, as far as, what to look forward to this year. I think it's going to be a really, really good season. I'm excited for April. I'm excited for spring training here to start in the next couple of months. Before you know it, it's going to be here before you even, can blink.
Pitchers and catchers, yeah.
Yeah, pitchers and catchers report in March. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be an exciting time this year. Still, I think need a lot of work to do as far as the overall depth on, the bullpen side, starting pitching, with the loss of Matt Boyd, and just seeing what you can, do from an offensive standpoint, knowing that Miggy's probably going to get that 3,000th hit within the first month of the season. I could see that coming probably within the first couple of weeks.
Yeah,
so
let's hope he stays healthy. Yeah.
I think that right now, with this being his last full-time year, I think he's just going to kind of go, all out. He's going to have a really, really good year. He's probably going to drop another 15 pounds, drop the 15 pounds that he gained back throughout last season. But
boy, he does that, he's going to be a speedster on that base path.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's going to be something to watch, I think, and especially, with a lot of the young talent mixed in and with some of the hitters that we got coming up. I'm excited to see what the Tigers do. I think they're going to be knocking on the door of a potential playoff spot. I've been saying kind of playoffs are bust for 2021, but you just got to have to see how it all plays out. Injuries and just the consistency, just like the Red Wings. I think the Tigers are also a team that's just been kind of floundering as far as consistency. And we saw shades of greatness in 2020, or I should say 2021, and now into 2022. We're going to see hopefully a little, get over some of those inconsistent humps, and they can actually push forward and grind out some more wins. So I'm looking definitely, in somewhere north of 80 to 85 wins this season. I think they're going to be beyond 500. I really do. I think that
they were very entertaining in 2021. I thought so.
Very unexpected too. I mean, I had them winning no more than like 73, 74 games, and I mean they were right there. So I mean they're definitely going to be a team to not take too lightly in the Central. But it's still, I think, Chicago is still that team I think to beat. They started their rebuild a year before the Tigers did. And they're reaping the benefits, and I think that they're definitely going to be a team to watch out for in the Central. Never count out I can't say the Indians no more. They're the Guardians, but the Guardians I think are going to be a team that could also surprise too, and maybe contend for the division. Minnesota, don't see it. Kansas City, don't see it. Tigers are probably going to be battling right there for if not the division, second place. So.
Minnesota always seems to surprise you, though. I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, they field nobody. They have no names on the field, and they surprise everybody. Mike, what do you think? You agree with that? About 85 wins and more?
I think Derek is right on. I see the Tigers challenging for above 500 and maybe a playoff spot. I think the Red Wings are another year away at least. They got to add some depth. We don't want to talk about the Pistons or the Lions.
We won't talk about the Pistons at all. The Pistons are just, they're right in the same boat as the Lions as far as the NBA is concerned. But it has been an exciting NFL season and a very exciting NFL week, to say the least, if you guys have been watching Google and this whole Antonio Brown saga.
Well, I was going to ask you your thoughts on that.
Crazy.
Walking off the field.
Well, it just keeps on getting more. It's more juicy and juicy, as far as the NFL is concerned. Right now, I think the team that's going to be in hot water is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers front office and Bruce Arians. But there's also been there was actually a new news story that dropped about some OnlyFans model that snuck into the Tampa Bay hotel room and met AB for some extracurricular activities and kind of killing protocols for COVID there. But
the latest one I heard, Derek, was he had a bad ankle. His ankle, and the coach wanted to put him away. But when he ran off the field, it didn't look like he was hurting too much.
Yeah, he did reveal some text messages that he and Bruce Arians were exchanging, I guess, the day before the game, and I guess he's been having some lingering ankle problems, and he claims that Arians was pushing him to play, and because they weren't resting guys because they're still wanting to get higher in the playoff seed, and I don't know. It's his word against everybody else's. I'm not really sure who to really believe at this point until more of the truth starts to come out. We know how AB is. I do definitely think that there is some concussion problems going on there, but also at the same time, there's also some accountability that might have to be brought forward in the Bucs organization. So I guess we'll see as more stories come out.
Mike, you kind of agree, he needs help, right?
Yeah, I think he needs help.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think he's ready to contribute to an NFL team until he gets his head straight.
Right.
But as far real quick as the overall playoff pictures going on, we already know with the Packers, they've already locked up the number 1 seed, and they're a first round bye in the NFC. They're a lock already. Tennessee can do the same thing in the AFC with a win or a loss by the Chiefs this weekend. Also Cincinnati and New England. I think this has probably been one of the biggest years for New England and Cincinnati. They're my 2 teams for comeback teams of the year.
Cincinnati really improved.
The NFC West, I think that's the only undecided division right now in that conference. The Rams right now, I don't really know what kind of an identity they have. Stafford's been kind of hit or miss. I think though by getting Odell Beckham, I think that's definitely helped them on the back end. But Still Stafford is he's showing signs of old Stafford. I'm interested to see how that's going to materialize in the playoffs once he actually has a good line in front of him and the receivers. Cooper Kupp, obviously one of the best receivers in the league, leading the way there for him. He's got the targets. He's got everything. He's got the defense. He's got the special teams. He's got the offensive line and receivers. So, I mean, right now, aside from the Packers, I think the Rams are probably my second pick in the NFC.
The Packers, I'll tell you, they just seem to be there every single year.
They've got it. Well, they're an offensive juggernaut, with Rodgers again, no matter what, COVID toe or not. And he ain't getting any younger either, but he also has the receivers and he also has a hell of a run game behind him, with Jones. So, I mean, it's the Packers, I think, unless a huge choke takes place, I can definitely see them, if not going to the Super Bowl, for sure contending for that NFC championship.
Seeing as you guys brought up the Lions, what do they have to do to be contenders?
They need receivers. I mean, it's as simple as that. And a quarterback would help too. I mean, but
somebody that can scramble at least.
Oh yeah, but I think St. Brown's been really the biggest surprise. The rookie,
my God, that kid's been awesome.
He's been great, and I think that also it's been a blessing in disguise having Jared Goff out with, I guess it's COVID now, or he might have some other undisclosed injuries, but
knee or something.
He's missed, I think, now the last 2 or 3 games. But Boyle, you're not going to get much out of him. But what we've seen is that Brown is his number 1 target, and he's definitely getting a lot more a lot more chances out there. But they're in, aside from the game against Seattle this past weekend, they were in it until about midway through the third quarter, and then the defense just kind of gave up. But they have signs of determination and grit. They definitely can play very, very offensive when they want to, but the defense just doesn't really back it up. And I think that the defense was just on the field way too long this past weekend. They could never catch a break. But, to get 52, 51 points put up on you, it's same old Lions mentality, I guess.
Well, I hate to talk about it, but the Michigan Wolverine game, oh, what a disappointment.
Yeah, that's just definitely one that's going to stick in your craw for a while. It kind of, to me, I talked about some guys at work. It was a big surprise. I actually had them winning that game. However, they were exposed. I mean, that's what happens when you play a conference that is just, when you play teams in the SEC, it's not even fair. I mean, Alabama and Georgia are the 2 best teams in the entire nation. And Michigan, I guess you can kind of look back at their season and say, all right, yeah, you lost a tough one against Michigan State, but you beat a very, very weak Iowa team in a very weak Big Ten championship game. And Ohio State wasn't exactly the above average team that we thought they were going to be. And I think that win against Ohio State was a little bit, I guess, overrated in some aspects. And then, they went ahead and they won their Rose Bowl, which I think that was how I thought that Michigan's game was going to go. That's how I saw the Orange Bowl going, was how the Rose Bowl went. They won that game 48-45. So,
yeah. Well, we got Alabama and Georgia in the national championship. It's going to be a great game. Georgia's seeking revenge.
Yeah, Georgia right now, from a statistical standpoint, it's hard to bet against Alabama because I think they've won like 7 or 8 of the last meetings, but including that conference championship. But
I bet Georgia will be up for it, though, boy.
Yeah, I mean, they're riding a huge high right now. Alabama also, they easily handled Cincinnati. It was a very, very lackluster college football playoff. This is exactly the way it went this year. Is exactly why I think it needs to be expanded to 8 teams at least. It's something that the committee has to look at just to make it a little bit more exciting. It's the same 2 or 3 teams. Clemson had an off year this year. They're usually always in it, but Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, it's been the same old song and dance for the last 5-6 years. And it gets old, and it's definitely the parity's not there in the college football playoff world, but Michigan gave it a hell of a run. I can't take anything away from the great season that they had, but it definitely leaves you a very empty feeling after seeing them just completely not show up for that game.
Yeah, it was gut-wrenching. And what about Michigan Wolverine men's basketball?
They're another one that is just really – they lost a lot. They lost a lot of players, this past offseason. I didn't expect them to tail off as bad as they did.
Weren't they supposed to be ranked up there, though, this year?
They were preseason. They were ranked, I think, like 4th in the preseason. They're unranked now. They've dropped 4 of their last 6 games. They're 7-5 right now. They just lost couple days ago to Rutgers. They're definitely reeling. And
Yeah, Spartans are they're up there, boy.
yeah, Spartans right now are the team right now to watch.
Yeah.
They're 13-2. They were the team I thought that was going to have the same season that Michigan is having now. I didn't
Yes,
expect much out of the
yes.
Spartans. Purdue's also surprising, although they're 1-2 in the conference. They've dropped a couple. They're 12-2, and they've both been
Mhm.
conference games.
Mhm.
But State's won 8 in a row. Ohio State, they're 3-0 also in the conference. I think they're going to be up there when it's all said and done. But yeah, Michigan is a bottom feeder right now with Nebraska as far as the conference goes, and it's just not looking good. Not looking good. They got a tough road ahead, and I think a lot of it has to do with just a lot of the players they lost. Right now, Hunter Dickinson, their center, has been that's been their leading scorer. He's averaging about 16 a game, and Eli Brooks. That's kind of been your only saving grace, but the offense just isn't there. They're just not hitting. They're not hitting the baskets like they once have. So.
Oh, I know what I
Yeah.
wanted to ask both
They're
of you.
not
Where do you
defending as
think-
well as they should
And they're
either.
not. Yeah, the defense is definitely struggling as well.
I wanted to ask both of you, where do you think Hutchinson's going to go in the draft? Will he go 1, 2?
Yes.
Well,
He's one or two.
I don't think he's going to go number 1. I think that the Lions are dead set on trying to get him. I just think that they're going to want their Michigan guy. And I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but I'd hate it for Hutchinson. I think it'd be a great addition for the Lions, but I'd hate him going to the Lions for sure.
No, not unless they get some others to help.
I really believe that, with right now, the Lions, still trying to play spoiler here. I don't think that they're going to nab that number 1 draft pick. It comes down to the last game of the season. They're right now currently in a battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars right now.
Yeah.
The Jaguars, I
Right.
believe, hold the spot. They're 2-14.
Yeah.
And we are, I believe, 2-13-1. So with one more game left, it's going to come down to this week basically to see who gets that final draft pick. So if the Jaguars win and we lose, we'll, I believe, take that spot away. But
Right.
no,
Right.
I think the Jaguars, I think if they do get that number 1 pick, I think they will take Hutchinson. The Lions, they'll probably take him as well, but I think that he will fall to number 2. I strongly believe so.
What do you think, Mike?
Well, I would basically agree with Derek on that. I think Hutchinson's going to be 1 or 2.
He's going to go up there.
I don't think the Lions are going to get number 1. I don't see any way that they're going to be Green Bay or that Jacksonville's going to win their game.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, I think, plays Indianapolis, and Indianapolis needs a win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, I want
Green
to
Bay
say hi to a
doesn't-
couple more people that
Green
are
Bay
in there.
doesn't need a win, but they got so much more depth and talent than the Lions do. It's hard to conceive of the Lions winning that game.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be more momentum, I think, for Green Bay just heading into the playoffs on that bye, and I think a lot of guys are going to be rested. They've already locked up the number 1 seed. They're already going to get a first round bye. I'd be surprised if they, Rodgers will probably only play, I think, probably the first half, maybe a little bit of the second half. I don't know, depending on what the score is. It could be 28-0 Green Bay at halftime, and there'd be no point in playing them. So
I don't know. Rodgers says he wants to play, so I don't know. We'll see.
But you also got to remember, too, if you look back, going back to the draft, Michigan, they didn't only lose Aiden Hutchinson, but also their star safety, Daxton Hill, is also committed. He just committed a couple hours ago for the draft. So you're losing.
Oh, that's sorry to see that.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I'm not
that's
surprised, but I'm sorry to see it.
And also, for the same token, also the rumor mill's been swirling about Jim Harbaugh possibly leaving back for the NFL. That's now 2 years in a row. That happened. That's been talking, for the last couple
that's old
seasons
news.
now.
Yeah.
If the money's right, but he's taking pay cuts, and I mean, he knows right now that he'll never have it easier than he does right now in college. But
Yeah.
you
Hey, let's
know,
say hi to a couple more people in there. We got Mrs. Chat in there. How you doing, Mrs. Chat? Good to see you. Also, Opal Loveland from Prestige Eyewear for all your eyewear needs in Garden City. She says she just got home from the ice rink, had a nice evening on the ice. I think they got open ice skating now Thursday nights, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe you can put something in there, Opal. Also, Pastor Combs is in there. Good to see you, Pastor. Thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate that. All right. Let's see what else we got. NASCAR. Let's touch on it a little bit. They're going to have a match in the Coliseum That's gonna
Yeah,
be
I think it's going to be a disaster, but I think it'll be definitely entertaining to watch. You know,
yeah, it'll be entertaining.
trying to put 20 plus cars in a 3/4 of a mile track inside that little dome. I mean, it's not exactly Bristol. I think
Yeah,
it's going to look a
close.
lot. I really wish that they would have went to Bowman Gray Stadium. I think that would have been a little bit more entertaining. I think that's more built for racing on a 3/4 mile, but I think they're just going to, they've really been overhyping this whole Busch Clash thing and leaving Daytona, leaving Florida, going to, sunny California. I think it's definitely going to garner the ratings, but I think a lot of it's going to be all hype and the results aren't really going to show what NASCAR's wanting to see. I think it's going to be a wreck fest. I think it's going to be a sloppy mess, but again, it'll put butts in the seats, and I'm sure they'll sell out that stadium. I think it holds they're expecting over 50, 60,000 people there. So it'll be fun to see, something different, I guess.
Yeah.
Still not
February
sold
8th,
on,
I believe. Right around the corner.
still not sold on that new gen car. I think that, it sounds great, but I'm the only thing I'm very, very happy that they ended up doing away with is that 550 package. That aero package was god awful in the last gen car. I think you're going to see a lot better racing. I think you're going to see a lot more driver control. I think it's going to come down to the best driver, not just the best car.
Mhm.
With that being said, I think you're still going to see Kyle Larson competing for the championship. I don't have him winning the title again this year. As I told you, I already went with Ryan Blaney. He'll be my dark horse pick for the 2022 championship.
Yeah, I
Chase
like
Elliott. Truex will be up there. I think you're going to see the resurgence of Gibbs. I think they took a little bit of a tailspin last season. I think they're going to be back up in the top, in the echelon of the top 5. But
It was nice to see Matty D get a ride, though. Even though it's in the truck series.
It's not really what I expected. That Wakely team that he just signed on with is not really a proven entity in the truck series. I really thought that he was going to. I would have loved to see him snatch a ride with KBM with Kyle Busch's team, but they're
nice.
They have a pretty filled out roster over there in trucks. But to go from Cup and to go right from Cup to trucks was a little bit disheartening, I think. But
it is.
He did need a ride. He needed some work. I mean, the guy was eating dog food, for crying out loud.
I know. Well, you never know. He might be back up with somebody. You don't know.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to go back a little bit. You need to kind of go back to the roots a little bit and just to try to master the craft in the truck series. He needs wins. I mean, he needs a confidence boost. He wasn't doing that in the Cup series. He came close a lot. He gave away at least 1 or 2 wins last season at the restrictor plate tracks, but he needs better luck. He needs some better equipment to be in, and I think he just needs to kind of refuel his confidence in the truck series for this season. So
let's say hi to Sherry Lynn Bauer. She's watching us as well. How you doing, Sherry? Thanks for joining us. So, Mike, what are your comments for Detroit sports teams? Anything stand out to you?
Not really. I pretty much agree with everything that Derek has been saying.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see how Michigan and Michigan State's football teams do next year.
Yeah, that's going to be real interesting.
And as far as the playoff game goes, I wasn't that disappointed. It just felt like playing Ohio State felt for 10 years. We're good, but we're not nearly that good.
It was a wake-up call game for sure. I mean, like I said, you can't compete with the SEC. They're so much better, from just an all-around depth perception. And you were out-coached. I mean, there was nothing else that you could say in that game. I mean, Harbaugh just did not have any answers for him.
We just didn't look hungry. We didn't look hungry.
Cade McNamara, I've said this from day one. I mean, they've been quarterbacked by committee pretty much the entire season between him and McCarthy. You can't have this next year. If you really want to get over that hump, and if you want to make it to a national championship, which I don't see in their future anytime soon, you need a standout quarterback that can carry the load. And Cade McNamara is not the guy to do it. Neither is JJ McCarthy.
I've said all along that McNamara did not. He just don't impress me.
He has his flashes in the pan, and he's I guess you could say he's a consistent quarterback from just an overall stats perspective, but he just doesn't have that it factor for me. He's just not a Michigan-made quarterback, and
he can't run or scramble like.
And he can't scramble. I mean, he's definitely. You won't see him in the top 10 discussion of Michigan quarterbacks. That's for sure. And I mean, we've had a lot better Michigan quarterbacks than him that have gotten a lot less further than the Michigan team we saw this year. So I mean,
I agree.
again, overall, I'm not taking away from them. You know, they still managed to
They had a
win
great season.
12 games. They did they did great, but again, it puts everything into better perspective about where they are down here versus teams that are just way above them. And
Yeah,
it's
you
just,
get almost up there and then they fail you. So it's
that's the difference between 3 and 4 star recruits and 5-star recruits. I mean, that's what it all boils down to. I mean, you need to have better scouting. You just have to get better. You got to get better recruiting class. And that's just where we got beat at this year when it mattered most. And I think the committee got it right. I mean, we were complaining that Michigan wasn't playing Cincinnati and that, Alabama jumped all the way from 4th to number 1 after beating Georgia. But let's face it, Michigan versus Cincinnati in the semifinal wasn't going to get your ratings, So they paired it off right. They wanted to see a rematch in the national championship game of Georgia and Alabama, and they got it. And I was really disappointed. I was really hoping that Cincinnati would have put up a little bit more of a fight against Alabama. But again, that was just the nature of the beast. And Cincinnati was undefeated at the time, but way, way, way different levels of competition right there.
Yeah, their only big win was Notre Dame.
Yep. Yeah. And that could have been an overrated win because it was early in the season. So
yeah. So anything else you want to cover while we got you? It's great popping in like that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know, right? It was a complete surprise. Yeah, you would think. Yeah, you think I never even knew about it. If in fact that just going back to the Michigan football talk, if in fact Jim Harbaugh does jump ship, and it's very, very unlikely, but what are some teams that you guys think that he would jump to? Now, I got 2 that I think would make a lot of sense, just considering Jacksonville. No, surprisingly enough, I don't think Jacksonville is going to be one of those teams, but I think that a good fit for him, just from who his quarterback would be the LA Raiders and Derek Carr. I think that, you had a scheme with John Gruden. Obviously, we saw how that all went, but they're definitely one of the most enticing vacancies right now because they're not going to have a head coach going into next year.
I could see that.
And we can definitely see, if you think about it, that's where Harbaugh got his start, back in 2003 was with the Raiders. So.
Yep.
So there's that. And then, of course, you got the Chicago Bears, too. I mean,
Bears are hurting.
The Bears are going to be something, I think, to definitely be eager for. Yeah, the Bears. But they're eager right now. And, Matt Nagy, I don't see him. He's not – the future just not there for him. No. And I think Justin Fields needs a guy like Harbaugh's capacity there to kind of help him along there because Justin Fields is not a franchise quarterback in Chicago right now by any means.
No, not at all.
So if he wants to become the next Mike Ditka, maybe Harbaugh would want to go over there to Chicago. But
yeah, there you go.
I don't think Harbaugh moves.
Yeah,
no, I don't either. I think he stays.
I think he wants to win that national championship with Michigan, and he's going to be staying a long, long time. He might be the longest tenured Michigan head coach in history because you got guys like Blake Corum that are saying that Michigan is going to be back next year after the heartbreak that they had against Georgia, but I don't see it. I don't think Michigan is going to be nearly as good as they were this year, next year. I could be way, way off, but you're losing 3 big-time juniors and seniors this year in the draft, and they better have a hell of a recruiting class for 2022, or else I don't really see them even getting close to winning the Big Ten. I think Ohio State's going to be right back at it next year, and Michigan State too.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, before I let you go, I want to congratulate you on your new job that you got.
Thank you.
Where is it again? The name of it? We'll give me a shout out.
Going great. Vision Computer Solutions in Northville. If anybody knows anybody that needs any outside IT help with their infrastructure or any kind of help desk questions, definitely check us out. We're just look up Vision Computer Solutions on Google. I don't have the contact information in front of me, but
you're in Northville, correct?
What's that?
In Northville, right?
Yeah, downtown Northville, correct.
Okay.
So very, very knowledgeable. We're a small company, but we definitely employ some of the smartest IT guys in the business. So I definitely would recommend them for anything.
Awesome. Well, best of luck there.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else before we let you go?
No, that's pretty much it. Just want to wish everybody, I know I'm about 6 days late, but obviously Happy New Year, and everybody have have a very, very healthy and happy and hopefully safe
Yes.
2020.
Yeah.
Let's get through another year of this damn COVID stuff, and everybody just do what they got to do to stay safe, and we'll definitely be talking soon.
All right, Mike, anything you want to say to Derek before we let him go?
No, just amen.
Amen. Yep, I agree. All right, well, look, thank you very much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, it's my pleasure. Anytime.
Stay safe and good luck in the job, man.
All right, man. You guys stay safe too. We'll talk later.
All right, take care. Bye.
All right, night.
All right, nice, pleasant surprise. Derek.
Were you really surprised?
No.
This sounded like a setup to
I
me.
gotta act surprised. Come on. So I mentioned Sherry Lynn Bowers in there and Pastor Combs and Opal Loveland, all them. Awesome. Good to see you guys. We have Marty Janes join the show. How you doing, Marty? Thank you for joining us. One more thing I wanted to mention, Mike, if you have a small business and you'd like to feature your business on our show, please contact us either by email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on Facebook at facebook.com/gcchat. We'd love to have you and be a part of promoting your business. It also might be a good idea to check out the Garden City Business Alliance as well at gardencitybusinessalliance.org. They are the chamber for Garden City, so you want to check them out. Mike Milkovich, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Kathy Harmon says, hello, Mike.
Hello, Kathy.
Mike, Happy New Year. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. All right. Let's see. Before we get to Mike, just a reminder that the next city council meeting is going to be January 10th. Going to have a new council person sworn in.
Yeah, let's have a good attendance for that.
Yeah. Well, we'll be watching for sure. 7 p.m. in the council chambers located at 6,000 Middlebelt Road. It's a good way for you to get involved, voice your concerns that you might have as well. All right. Let's see.
You got Joe on tonight or not?
Yeah.
You got Joe on tonight?
Yeah, we're going to do Joe right now. We'll get him in here, do his tax talk, and then we'll get to Mike and close out the show. Sound good?
Okay.
Here we go.
Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to the first installment of Tax Talk with Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More for 2022. Now, a couple things just to get started with. The IRS has yet to announce when the official starting date for taxes are. So, as of right now, taxes cannot be filed. Now, if you remember last year, it was like the first week of February or something before they accepted. But usually it's toward the middle or late January in typical years. Now, you could still make an appointment for myself or probably any other tax person that you would like, but the returns won't be able to be filed. Now, there's a couple other things that kind of come up frequently, the questions that I hear. You cannot file taxes legally without a W-2. The employers do have, of course, until January 31st to get that W-2. If not, then you're going to need to take steps to try to get it. But you want to try to stay away from doing a substitute W-2, something like that. So wait for that W-2 before you file, no matter what the commercials say on TV. Then, like I said, no really major changes as of right now. No, it still could happen. So you want to stay tuned and listen just in case. Last year, of course, was one of the more disastrous years as far as the IRS goes. Hopefully a few things, if we can prepare better this year, it'll help alleviate some of the issues that happened last year with people having to wait 6 months for a refund, which was ridiculous. Parents, this is very important. Parents need to be on the lookout for a Form 6419 in their mailbox. It's for the Advanced Child Tax Credit. And it's a form telling you how much that you were sent. And your preparer is going to need that. That's going to be really important. If you don't have that, that's going to hold things up quite a bit. It's also important that you know the third stimulus payment, which came out last year. You should have paperwork on that, but at least know that amount, because that's a big holdup. And we found that that was a big issue last year. People not putting down the correct stimulus payments, and that caused an issue. So as of right now, and this could change, I don't see it changing, but it could. Unemployment is, as of right now, fully 100% taxable. If you remember last year, people got a break if they up to 10,200 in unemployment. So if you don't if you've got paid unemployment, you are going to have to claim it all this year. So hopefully that doesn't hurt people. So we're going to be on every week, a little something, give you some kind of little information. That's just kind of a starting point for the early in the year. You can always email me or call with any questions. My email address is joe@jnjtaxesandmore.com. And we're over on Ford Road, just down from where the old Orange Jewelers used to be, 29217 Ford Road in Garden City. So if you have questions, email me, email Carrie, and we can try to answer them for you. Thanks a lot. This is Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. Have a great week.
All right. Good information. Joe always has good information. That is for sure. All right, Mike, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready as I'll ever be.
All right, here we go, buddy.
Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yes, that'll be the day when you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave. You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die. What you got, Carrie? I got a bunch of things for the marketplace, but let's start with ones you have.
All right, let's start there. First up, we have this. They need volunteers.
Yeah, Home Pantry is in need of volunteers. One volunteer to work in the pantry on Thursday mornings from 8:45 to 12:30. One volunteer to pick up food once a month on any Wednesday at Gleaners at North Line Road and Brington Maplewood. You can call 734-793-1859 for more information.
And sticking with the home pantry.
Yeah, they need donations of toiletries. Yeah, you're taking my script here. I don't know. Toiletries aren't often donated during the holidays, but they are needed. Items can be dropped off at the Maplewood Community Center.
Yes. This is big here.
Coronavirus quality care, free drive-through testing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing it at Westland City Hall.
Yeah, that's.
Let me show you a picture. It was yesterday, the first day it started. There's the line.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to be busy.
Yeah. The problem with the testing is getting the results back quickly.
Yeah.
Of course, if they're willing to get in line for the testing, they ought to get in line to have the vaccine.
That exactly right. Correct. Yeah, going to be held at Westland City Hall. Hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. Kind of hard to read it.
Yeah.
Westland City Hall is located at 36300 Warren Road.
Thank you.
Yep. So that's kind of nice, though, that they're doing that.
Yep.
All right. And then we have this. We got four
Okay.
more.
The Home Pantry received a generous donation of mini Similac Alimentum canisters If you or someone you know is in need of this type of formula, please call 734-793-1850 or visit Maplewood Community Center.
Right.
Tai Chi Wednesdays for beginners, 11:15 to 12:15, and advanced 12:30 to 1:30 at the Maplewood Community Center.
Yeah, it's something new, I guess, starting there.
Okay, Superhero Skate, January 8th from 7 to 8:20 p.m., $10 at the Garden City Ice Arena. Skate dressed as your favorite superhero.
That'll be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And this is starting this Saturday right here.
Cardio strength training at the Maplewood Community Center. Call 734-793-1850 to register. It's Saturdays at 9 a.m.
Yeah. And we're still in hazardous fire season.
Yeah. December, January, and February are the three highest home fire months.
Yeah.
So you want to keep only one heat producing appliance into an electrical outlet and keep flammable material at least 3 feet away from any heat source.
Right. Right.
Preschool playtime, yeah, that's one that I had out of the marketplace too.
Mhm.
At the Maplewood Community Center gym, fun activities, make new friends. Mondays 9:30 to 11, $3 to drop in. Parents and kids ages 1 to 4 can come, imagine, play, and create. Call 734-793-1877 for more information.
Still a need for this as well.
Yep, there's free commodities available on the third Wednesday of every month from the USDA Emergency Food Assistance Program, free to Garden City residents only from 9 to 12. And on the first Wednesday of every month, Focus Hope has a food box program free to all Wayne County seniors from 11:30 to 1:30. Maplewood Community Center can be contacted if you want more information about that.
Yeah.
Dodgeball, ages 7 to 11, $25. Mondays, starting on Mondays, January 10th through February 28th, an 8-week program. To register, call the Parks and Rec office at 734-793-1882. The dodgeball takes place at 6:30.
Right.
Inventory blowout sale. Used books by the bag, $5 individual books, price to sell. This is at the Garden City Library. It's going to be on Wednesday, January 12th from 9 to 6. And if you got some books you want to donate, get them to the library
Yeah.
this week and they can be included.
Yeah. It's a good deal. $5 a bag. Can't beat that.
Yeah. Parents' night out at the Maplewood Community Center. We'll watch the kids while you get a break. That's a deal. January 14th from 5:30 to 9. Starting a Winter Wonderland of Fun is $10 a child, $5 for sibling. They have pizza, candy, crafts, games, and fun. You can call 734-793-1850 to register.
Yeah. That's a great thing for the parents to get out and get away for a little bit.
Yeah, we got so much cabin fever going on with us.
I know,
winter
just
in
go
this-
somewhere safe if you're going.
Yeah.
out. And this come through today.
Garden City High School Theater presents Clue, O'Leary Performing Arts Center, which has been under renovation.
Newly remodeled.
Yep, at 6500 Middle Belt Road in Garden City. January 14th and 15th at 7. January 16th at 2:30. Tickets are $10 pre-sale or $12 at the door.
Yep.
There's a limited capacity and masks are required.
Yes, mask will be required. And this is going to be at the Inspire Theater right around the same time. So you're going to have to book them both.
Yeah. Rumors by Neil Simon is going to be as Kerry said, at the Inspire Theater, which is at the Westland Center for the Arts, 33455 Warren Road in Westland between Wayne Road and Vinoy. Tickets are $17. Performances start next weekend, Friday, and Saturday, January 14th and 15th, also Friday and Saturday, the 21st and 22nd, and the 28th and 29th at 7:30. And on Sundays, January 16th, 23rd, and 30th at 2 o'clock p.m. You can go to inspiretheater.ticketleap.com
Yeah.
to get those tickets.
All right. And this is a little PSA right here for anyone looking for a job.
ISSA Logistics is now hiring in person Monday, January 10th from 1 to 4. Simcom Michigan Works, Wayne American Job Center at 35731 West Michigan Avenue in Wayne. Many full-time positions.
Yeah.
Positions and wages: truck drivers, $25 an hour in Romulus. Compensation includes clean inspection bonus, referral bonus, stop pay, layover pay, detention pay, additional requirements: 2 years of tractor trailer experience, a valid Class A license, a clean MVR, and clean PSP.
Yeah. That's, they are hurting for truck drivers. That is, for
Yeah,
sure.
truck drivers and restaurant workers are really in need.
Really, really are. I had a comment here. Sandy Abraham wanted me to mention Lori's birthday at sports venue is having a fundraiser for Poet Rescue Saturday, 1 to 8 p.m. at the sports venue. So
Oh,
head on over there and
Lori's a big supporter of the community. We need to give back to her.
Lori does a great job. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, definitely. That is a good. Chief Harmon says, yes, fire safety matters. That is for sure. That is for sure. All right, Mike, you got a couple things you said. Here's the new
New marketplace.
marketplace for Garden City and Westlands, both out. There it is. Right there.
Maplewood Community Center is having a big comedy magic show on January 29th featuring Gordon Russ. It's $5 a child, $2 a sibling, from 12 to 1.
Opal's got something right here. U.S. Figure Skating National Championships are this week. TV coverage on USA Channel, NBC, and Peacock. The winners will go to the 2022 Olympics in Beijing, I believe, right? This year?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, what you got?
Well, we got the save the dates for the cruises that are coming up this summer.
Oh, yeah. We'll have Don on probably for that.
Yeah, you'll be talking about those.
Yep.
Farmers, preschool playtime, we already covered. Garden City Parks and Recreation wants you to check out the playbook. Find out more about at gardencitymi.org/parks. And public skating in the ice arena Thursdays from 6:30 to 8, Sundays from 12 to 1:20. Adults 16 and up are $6. Kids 15 and under are $5. Skate rentals are $3.
Good deal.
Let's see if there's anything else in the last couple pages here. Oh, here's an interesting one. Scooter time. Start your own. Bring your own scooter. A $1 drop-in. Its range is 2 to 4 at the Maplewood Community Center. It's on Wednesdays from 9:30 to 10:30.
Okay.
And let's see. Straight Farmhouse has got a bunch of craft type activities.
Yes.
January 9th, Cardinal Nightlight or Suncatcher Fused Glass Workshop. January 14th, Valentine's Lovebird Suncatcher Ornament and Nightlight Workshop. And on January 25th, the Shamrock Nightlight or Suncatcher Workshop.
Yeah, they have so much going on at the Straight Farmhouse. And check out the museum too on Wednesdays and Saturdays, noon to 3:00. And you can also go to their website at straightfarmhouse.org, and that lists all their events and times and everything there. That all you got?
Yeah, that's all I had.
All right. That is awesome. All
We,
right.
uh,
remember- what?
We had a 1 week postponement on our Citizens Academy because of an illness of one of our presenters. But we met back last week and we talked about firearms and hostage negotiation.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that is a fun class. I recommend it to anyone for sure.
Very enlightening.
How many more weeks you got?
Well, I think at least 3 or 4.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a good time for sure. For sure. All right, Mike. Remember, if you would like to be a guest on our show, or if you know someone who might be interested, it's very easy. Just drop us an email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, or you can message us once again on Facebook or text us 734-788-9319. Doesn't matter what community you live in, we want to hear from you. During these times, we will do the show remotely and safely from the comfort of your home or office. The studio is closed until further notice. So all the shows are remote. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization. You'd like to share your information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, contact us today. And we look forward to hearing from you. Let's see. It just won't be until February, so don't delay. That's our next open date, February 3rd, I believe. I think that's a Thursday, I believe. Is it? February 3rd?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, okay. And with that said, Mike, I think we are ready to call this a podcast.
Podcast.
Special thanks to Derek Parton from D&D Sports Chat for stopping
Yeah, it
by.
was nice for him to jump in like that.
Always good to see him. Yep, he's always got good information. Loves to talk about sports, that's for sure. Always good to see him. Thanks to Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and more as well. Remember, you can contact Joe for all your tax needs at 734-523-8291. And he's located at 29217 Ford Road in Garden City. And I can tell you, Joe's been doing our taxes for quite a few years now, and he does a great job. Very, very accommodating, very transparent, always available. If you have a question, he won't charge you or anything. Just give him if you have any questions. Also, big thanks to my fantastic co-host, Mr. Mike Jones. Good to see you, bud.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Mike, before we go?
No, Kerry, I think I've had it for the night. I'm ready to get my electric blanket and my hot cocoa out and just kind of
Curl up on the couch or in your
curl
bed.
up on the couch.
Yep. I don't blame you. That's what I'm going to do too. Put the fireplace on, I think, and just chill out.
Yeah.
And a big thank you to each and every one of you for watching and listening. Remember, this show will be available right after we sign off tonight on Facebook. So we hope you'll catch it at your convenience, especially if you tuned in late by going to facebook.com/GCChat. You can also catch us on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for GC Community Chat. You'll find all of our shows over there, including this one. And remember, subscribe, hit that subscribe button if you can. We would appreciate it. We trying to get those numbers up. And as always, we continue to thank all of our healthcare workers. Boy, they are really, really strained.
Yeah, they're really being pressed.
Oh, it's terrible, terrible. We want to thank them, our first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them, because they are really, really under the gun, all of them right now. It's just crazy how things are going. That's for sure. We are praying that relief comes soon, so you all can catch a break. That's for sure. Remember this.
Well,
What?
Well, we got to get all these people that didn't get vaccinated to catch COVID and recover from it, so we can get to herd immunity. I think that's the only solution. They're too stubborn to get vaccinated. So
Yeah, Chief Harmon says it's very difficult. They have many calls a day. Yeah.
I
Thank
bet.
you, Chief. We really appreciate what you're doing. That's for sure. It's a tough job and a tough time right now. Cheryl wants to go in for knee surgery, knee replacement, and they're not doing any of those surgeries. All those surgeries have been put on hold. So
Yeah, I was lucky to get my back surgery done in September.
right. That's for sure. All right. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community. So please support your local businesses. Don't forget community unity. Let's be united and support one another. And please don't hesitate to vaccinate. It's not going to prevent you from getting the COVID, but it sure as hell will keep you out of the hospital and keep you from dying, hopefully, right?
Yes.
It's very, very important, not only for yourself, but for your family, friends, and community. Deep down, it's the right thing to do. If we ever want to
Patriotic.
beat this virus, we have to do it, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Any more comments in there? Kathy says, thank you. You're welcome. Judge Jones. Opal says you were Judge Jones.
Yeah. We did our little simulated crime investigation a few weeks ago.
So you're
And
the
I was-
hanging judge?
I was elected to be judge. Hey,
Are you the hanging
Guilty.
judge?
guilty. Lock them up.
There you go. Light them up, man. He says, enjoy the warmth in your home. Sandy Abraham, well said, Mike.
Opal keeps bringing snacks to the classes.
Yeah.
I don't need any more carbs, Opal.
Yeah, the snacks were always good, and so was the coffee. It was always good, too.
Yeah.
Kathy says it's an honor and privilege to serve our community. Well, it's an honor to have you, that's for sure. We really appreciate you. And Mike Milkovich says, great show, Carrie. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, and hope to see you next week. And Mike, if you see something,
Say something.
yes, say something. We have to look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, don't forget to head on over to dappertomsweather.com. Great user-friendly website over there. Lots of good information and a great radar up to the minute. We will see
had
you
both.
right back here next week. What's that?
We had both Dapper Tom and his mother at our Kiwanis meeting today,
Oh, awesome.
and his mom's going to join, I think.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah, she's got time now, probably.
Yeah. Dapper Tom says he's going to start taking graduate classes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, Opal says she's going to bring carrots next week.
Okay, that's better.
That's better.
Tell her
Carrots and
that
celery.
tell her that Mike and Rudy would both appreciate those.
Yeah. Yeah, Rudy loves it. Rudy loves carrots. I know.
Yeah. But they need to be small pieces.
Yes.
For Rudy.
Small. Yeah, he'll swallow them whole. That's for sure. Hey, we'll see you next Thursday right here on Facebook, January 13th, live, when our guest will be Garden City Public Schools Superintendent Derek Fisher. So you don't
Should
want
be
to
very
miss that.
interesting.
You don't want to miss that. That's for sure. He's a great guy, and boy, he's been under the gun too. So
He's got a
until
lot of
then,
challenges.
What's that?
He has a lot of challenges to deal with.
A lot of challenges. Yes, for sure. So until then, thanks for listening. Have a very safe and wonderful weekend. And we'll see you next week. Mike, take care, buddy.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
Yep.